Some families inherit houses. Some inherit money. Some inherit traditions. But some families inherit truths they were never meant to hear. The day my father died, the sky was clear, too clear, as if the world had decided this was not a day for storms, but for silence. My name is Daniel Whitmore, and for 37 years, I believed I knew my father. He was a powerful man, wealthy, respected, a man whose name opened doors and whose voice ended arguments. To the world, he was a patriarch. To us, he was simply father. We stood in the lawyer's office 3 days after the funeral. My sister Evelyn sat beside me, hands folded tightly in her lap. Across from us sat my younger brother, Lucas, his jaw clenched, eyes fixed on the polished wooden table. None of us spoke, because grief does strange things to silence. The lawyer cleared his throat. "Your father's will," he said slowly, "is extensive." That word should have warned us. "He left clear instructions," the lawyer continued. "Very clear." He opened the folder, and in that moment, everything we thought we were inheriting began to change. The first part was simple: assets, properties, trusts. We listened without emotion. Money meant nothing when the man who taught you how to ride a bike was suddenly gone. Then the lawyer paused, adjusted his glasses. "There is another provision," he said. Another. My sister shifted. "This portion," the lawyer continued, "concerns individuals you may not be familiar with." My stomach tightened. "Your father," he said, "has been financially supporting another household for the past 30 years. The room stopped breathing. Another household? I laughed softly, not because it was funny, but because my mind refused to understand. "Excuse me?" Lucas said sharply. The lawyer did not look up. "A second family," he said quietly. Evelyn's hand flew to her mouth. "That's not possible," she whispered. But the lawyer continued. "2 children," he said, "born within 3 years of each other." I felt something crack inside my chest. Children. Our father had other children? "For 30 years, the lawyer said, your father ensured their education, housing, and care." Lucas stood up suddenly. "So while we thought he was traveling for business, he was living a double life?" The lawyer did not answer, because he didn't need to. "He has requested," the lawyer continued, "that you meet them." Meet them. As if this were a casual lunch. "He believed," the lawyer said, "that truth delayed is still truth owed." Evelyn began to cry. Not loudly. Quiet tears, the most painful kind. "All those years," she whispered. "He tucked us in, told us stories, and somewhere else." She couldn't finish. I couldn't breathe. The lawyer slid 2 envelopes across the table, names written neatly, addresses. "These are your siblings," he said. Siblings. A word that suddenly felt unfamiliar. "Your father hoped," the lawyer added, "that you would choose compassion." Lucas scoffed. "Compassion?" he snapped. "For lies?" The lawyer closed the folder. "The inheritance," he said softly, "depends on it." We stared at him. "Meaning?" I asked. The estate will only be released, he explained, if all children acknowledge one another. A condition. Our father's final control. We the office in silence. Outside, the sun still shone. Cars still passed. The world completely unaware that ours had just collapsed. Evelyn clutched one of the envelopes. "Do you think," she whispered, "they hate us?" I didn't answer, because deep down, I wasn't afraid they hated us. I was afraid they were innocent. We did not meet them right away. Some truths need time to settle, like dust after a collapse. For 3 days, the envelope sat unopened on my kitchen table. I stared at the names, as if they might change. They didn't. My father's handwriting, neat, controlled, the same handwriting he used when signing birthday cards and business contracts, and now, the last lie he would ever leave behind. On the 4th day, Evelyn called. Her voice was small. "I think we should go," she said. Lucas disagreed. "They don't get to exist just because he betrayed us," he snapped. But anger doesn't erase blood. So we drove. 2 cars, 1 family, split by 30 years of silence. The house was modest, not poor, not extravagant, just lived in. Children's shoes by the door, a wind chime on the porch, softly ringing, as if warning us to tread carefully. Evelyn reached for my hand. "I'm scared," she whispered. I nodded. So was I. The door opened slowly. A woman stood there. She was older than my mother, but carried herself with quiet dignity. Her eyes widened when she saw us. "You must be," she began. She didn't finish, because behind her, 2 people stepped forward. A young man, late 20s, and a woman about Evelyn's age. I felt the air leave my lungs. They looked like us. The same jawline, the same eyes, the same silence. "I'm Marianne," the older woman said softly. "I was his other life. No bitterness, no anger, just truth." "This is Jonah," she said, placing a hand on the young man's shoulder. "And Clara." Clara swallowed hard. "We didn't know if you'd come," she said. Jonah nodded. "He told us you might hate us." Lucas stiffened. "You knew?" he asked sharply. Marianne nodded slowly. "He told us everything," she said. "He told us about you." That hurt more than I expected. He told them, but not us. Inside, the house smelled like tea and old books. Photos lined the walls. Birthdays, graduations, moments our father had lived while missing ours. Evelyn stopped in front of a photo. "That's his smile," she whispered. Clara's eyes filled with tears. "He used to say," she said softly, "that smile meant he was pretending everything was fine." Silence. Jonah cleared his throat. "He never missed a recital," he said. Lucas flinched. "But," Jonah added quickly, "he always left early." "Why?" I asked. "Because," Jonah said, "he didn't want to stay long enough to forget who he was lying to." That sentence changed something. We sat, awkwardly, like strangers who shared a mirror. Marianne poured tea. "I didn't plan this life," she said. "I didn't know about you at first." Lucas laughed bitterly. "Of course not." But she met his eyes. "When I found out," she continued, "he was already trapped." "So were we," Evelyn whispered. Clara nodded. "He loved you," she said suddenly. We all turned. "He loved you deeply," Clara continued. "He cried when he missed your birthdays." Lucas scoffed again. "Crying doesn't make betrayal okay." "No," Clara agreed. "But it means he was broken, not cruel." That hurt, because it felt true. Jonah stood. "I don't want your money," he said, "or your name. I just wanted to see the people who shared half my blood." Evelyn stood too, and without thinking, she hugged him. He froze. Then slowly, he hugged her back. Something inside the room softened. Not forgiveness, not yet, but understanding. Marianne wiped her eyes. "He wanted you to know," she said, "that loving two families does not mean loving either one fully." Technit before we left. Clara pressed something into my hand. A small notebook. "He wrote to you," she said. "Letters he known." My chest tightened. Outside, the wind chime rang again, as if reminding us. This story no'n't finished. Not even close. I did not open the notebook right away. Some truths, once opened, can never be folded back. It sat on my bedside table for 2 nights. My father's handwriting, staring at me in the dark. On the 3rd night, I couldn't sleep anymore, so I opened it. The first page was dated 30 years ago. "If you are reading this, then I have failed you." My breath caught. I tried to be 2 men and became half of one. I turned the page slowly. Each letter was addressed to us, to Evelyn, to Lucas, to me. Letters written late at night, after dinners he rushed through, after bedtime stories he missed, after lies he told and promises he broke. I stayed because I was afraid. I lied because I was weak. I loved you all, but I loved comfort more than courage. Tears blurred the ink. By the last letter, my hands were shaking. "I do not ask for forgiveness," he wrote. "I ask only that you do not let my failures teach you how to love." We met again a week later, all of us, at the old family house. The lawyer waited. The will lay unopened. But this time, money felt smaller. The room was heavy, not with anger, but with exhaustion. "I read the letters," Evelyn said softly. Clara nodded. So did we. Lucas leaned back, eyes tired. "He was a coward," Lucas said quietly. "But he was our coward." No one argued. The lawyer spoke. "The condition stands," he said. "The estate will be released only if all heirs acknowledge one another as family." Jonah shifted. "I don't want to replace anyone," he said. "I just want the truth to stop hurting." Evelyn reached across the table. "We don't have to be perfect," she said. "We just have to be honest." Lucas exhaled. For the first time since the funeral, his shoulders dropped. "Fine," he said, "but no pretending. No rewriting history. No lies." Clara smiled through tears. "Deal." The lawyer nodded, and just like that, a signature changed everything. Not because of money, but because of choice. Months passed. We didn't become one big happy family overnight. Healing doesn't work like that. But we learned. We shared holidays, awkwardly at first. We learned which memories overlapped and which never would. We laughed, sometimes through tears. And slowly, the secret lost its power. One evening, I visited my father's grave. I stood there quietly. "I know now," I said softly. "I know who you were and who you weren't." The wind moved through the trees. No answer. But I didn't need one. Because forgiveness is not a gift you give the dead. It's a gift you give yourself. Family is not defined by perfection. It's defined by what you choose to face together. Let it settle. And maybe the greatest inheritance wasn't money. It was the truth, finally allowed to breathe. End of story. Thank you for watching till the end. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that stay with you long after they end.